Blue skies, gray sea. Hello, good evening. We're on our last session of Flex for football, but don't forget, they're all in a series in Instagram. Haven't yet got to doing a playlist on Facebook, but I'll make it one of my jobs at the weekend. And tonight's session, tonight's session is calves and ankles. So we've been doing all the important muscles for footballers: your hips and back, your groin, your hamstrings, your quads, your calves, and your ankles. So take a seat. Now sit on the edge of the chair like we have been doing. And all I want you to do to start with is say hello to Stanley, of course, who's not got fleas. Stan, come sit down, puppy. Then what I want you to do is lift up onto your tiptoes. There's a good boy. And then I want you to lift your heels up. So make sure your ankles are underneath your knees and not tucked back too far. So tiptoes, and then lift those toes so that you're balancing on your heels. Tiptoes and heels. So that's just getting a little bit of flexion and movement through the ankles. Tiptoes, lift those toes up as best you can. Now notice if one lifts up a bit more than the other, especially on the toe raise. And when you lift the heels, does one ankle, one calf muscle, does it feel a little bit tighter? Stanley, that's not going to help people, is it? Excuse me, puppy. Good boy, sit down. Just do a couple more of these, and then we'll get moving those ankles in some nice circles. Oh, what's happened to my right one? Good boy. He's excited because we're going canicross running tonight. Okay, feet flat. So you're going to hold underneath one leg so that it's just hanging there, and then circle that ankle. You can take slower circles. And make sure you change direction a couple of times. Oh, he's bored now. Good. Change direction a few times. Just get some air in between those joints. Lovely. So we've done up and down, which is when we flex and point. We did that on the floor. But we need to do little toe out, big toe in. So you're trying to put your foot on its side, and then trying to put the foot on its inside. Turn that big toe up, turn the big toe down. A couple more. How's that feeling? Give it another couple of little circles, and then release that leg. Let's do the other one. So hold underneath the hamstring, sit nice and tall through that chest. Get that ankle moving. I mean, you can do these stretches at any time of the day. You've just got to remember them. This is more of a mobility movement for that ankle joint. Make sure you do a few circles each way and change at least twice. Good. So then when you're ready, you're going to do big toe up, big toe down, big toe up, big toe down. Does one ankle move better than the other? Good. Big toe down, big toe up. One more time. And then release. Let's come back to those heel lifts, toe lifts, heel lifts, toe lifts. Just a couple more. Then we're going to do a seated calf stretch and a kneeling calf stretch. I think I've told you about the calf muscles. One of them only works and stretches with a bent knee. So that will be the kneeling calf stretch we do. Take the leg out nice and long. Keep a slight bend in this knee. You're going to put your weight on your hands on your bent knee. Now I want you to push your toes as far as you can away. Just be careful you don't get cramp. And then I want you to pull your toes to your knee. You might need to slide your heel away a little bit. And that'll be a little calf stretch. So then push the toes away. So your heel slides back as you push your toes away. And then your heel slides away from you as you pull your toes to your knee. And you should find some sensation up the back of your calf. This will be through your gastrocnemius muscle in your calf. So just keep sliding that heel by pushing the toes forwards and then pulling the toes towards your knee. Last week we did this with a band around the foot. But if you haven't got a band handy, maybe you're sitting at your desk, you're in a meeting, you're a bit bored, you can just do some heel slide calf stretches. And the movement, as I've explained before, sometimes helps the muscle to relax a bit more. Rather than you holding a stretch, holding. The movement, the muscle just works a little bit better through movement. Do a couple more. And then slowly bring that leg back in. Do toe and heel on this leg. Heel up, toe up. Heel up, toe up. That's it. Now they might seem like really, really simple stretches. And yes, they are, but the simplest stuff is the best stuff. At the end of the day, the calf muscle, the quad muscle, the hamstring muscles, there's only certain ways they're going to stretch. We can't change the wheel, okay? So we just have to find the stretches that work best for our body. And sometimes we need something that is simple. And sometimes we need something that's not complicated, but is a little bit more advanced for the joints and the muscles, because your body is more flexible in certain areas. Stanley? Oh, we've got a Wilson might be coming to say hello too. So we're sliding that heel away, pulling the toes towards the knee, pushing the toes away, pulling the heel up towards the back of the knee. Keeping that leg mostly straight, but not forcing it to be straight. Wilson, are you coming to say hello? Are you just going to have your back to the audience? Come and sit next to me. Although that's not going to help when we do the kneeling stretch in a minute. Okay, do a couple more toe points. Heel slides. One more. How's that feel? You'll also be getting a stretch on the top of your foot when you're pushing those toes away. That's stretching all those muscles through the front of the ankle. Great stuff. Right, we're going to come down onto the mat. We're going to come to kneeling. So we've just stretched this calf. Let's stretch the right one. So you need to put the left knee on the floor. And you're actually going to bring your chair round, if you've got one, in front of you. And Stanley's going to be a very good model. I'm going to use the chair to put my arms on in a minute. Now, your right knee, make sure it's over your right ankle. Then we're going to lean in on this left hip, but you're going to push your right knee towards your toes as best you can, keeping your heel down. So do you remember back on week 1, I had you with your knee up against the wall, and I was saying bend your knee into the wall, keep your heel down, and can you feel that stretch up through that lower part in the Achilles? Now, you might not get anything at all, but I want you to press your heel down and try and bend this knee as far forwards towards your second and third toe as you can. You can bring your weight forwards onto the chair, but it's more important that this knee is bending, but the heel is staying pressing down. You might get a little quad stretch here. You might get a little stretch in the hip flexor area here. I know I've got a little one in there, which we don't normally get. So focus your efforts around the stretch down here in the lower part of the calf. Take a couple more breaths and then we'll change sides. Nice and slowly come up. I'm going to change the chair to the other end. You've just got to change knees that you're kneeling on. So we'll have the left foot up, the right knee down. Make sure that knee is underneath your above your ankle, and then drive the knee forwards, but press the heel down. If this feels uncomfortable here, you can bring this in, but you do need a little bit of space to be able to press the knee towards the toes. Much more flexible this side. What's that all about? Keep that heel pressing down. Don't let the knee wander in. Don't let the knee wander out. Does it feel tighter or is it looser? Are you having to push the knee forwards more to find that stretch on this side? Relax the upper body. Fantastic work. 2 more breaths. Oh. And 1 more. And then slowly come back. Come back up on your chair. Take a seat. Let's go up on the tiptoes, up on the heels, up on the tiptoes. Just to finish off where we started. Well done. So you'll have 3 different sessions of ankles and calves, 3 different sessions of quads and hamstrings, and 3 different sessions of hips and back and groin. So just go back over. And then next month, what I'll do is I'll probably put on like a little special 20-minute where we'll put them all together. So you can just have maybe a 20-minute session that you can do when you get back from football at the weekend or of an evening. And it's not too long that you think, oh, can't we bother to do that? So no duration and time things take is what puts people off. So I'll make it 10 to 15 minutes and we'll put all of them together. Low back, hips, hamstrings, quads, ankles and calves. Then you'll be good to play every weekend. You'll have less injuries if you look after your muscles and your joints. Thank you very much. Please let me know if this has been valuable to you, if this has been helpful, and have a great evening.